Hello, I'm Kale, and welcome to the Kale Scale. Today's episode, Hotel Transylvania 3.
Summer vacation.
Summer vacation. We're really glad that they did not make a monster pun out of that, like Scarecation or Monstercation. They just kept it simple.
Oh, also me and Joe are here, Colin and Jo.
Yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
Get up and say hi. Go behind. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's probably like all my face.
Start off, I guess I'll start with the cast. Cast was really good. This is the only thing that Adam Sandler has been good in for a very long time.
Pixels.
He's just good. He's a good father character, though if he had kids in real life, I'm pretty sure he'd be terrible. Maybe he does, I don't know.
He might actually.
I don't think anyone would have kids with Adam Sandler. I don't care for Jim Gaffigan normally. He's just not my kind of comedian. But he did good as maybe one of the weirdest animated villains I've seen. He's Van Helsing, but he's been alive for like more than 100 years. So he's like in this weird robot body, but it's only his arms and head that survive pretty much. And he has like maybe his liver in a jar, and it's on wheels. He doesn't actually get legs.
Adam Sandler does have a daughter. Her name is Sadie Madison Sandler.
She will have a tough life.
And his wife is Jackie Sandler.
You know, it's the weird thing about this movie is that a lot of the people that you wouldn't normally like in a movie, or at least I wouldn't, are good in this. Maybe because I don't see their faces. Like Kevin James is good in this as Frankenstein. Steve Buscemi, God bless his soul. He's a good werewolf. Though they never show him as human, which I find kind of weird. I don't think I've ever seen him as human. I do hope that if they ever show that he's just Steve Buscemi. Selena Gomez actually does well as Mavis? However you say her name.
Mavis.
They don't give her a lot of lines, obviously. But she and Adam Sandler actually work kind of well off each other. Not Jesse.
Andy Samberg?
Andy Samberg.
Yeah, my boy.
He was, I just love him. He's just a normal guy, and he literally does not care that he's surrounded by monsters. He's just rolling with it.
He's also the dumbest person in the world.
He is, both in real life and in whatever movie he's in. The child actors aren't that bad, though they don't give them a lot of lines either.
Yeah.
You have their son, whatever actor that is, and then there's also a wolf pup that he's with sometimes. Van Helsing's daughter, Erica Van Helsing.
Voiced by somebody.
She's good. The main plot of the movie is Drac trying to move on from his dead wife, and he meets Erica on a cruise ship that his daughter takes him to, and they start to fall in love. But Erica also has to fulfill her familiar responsibilities of being a Van Helsing and trying to kill Dracula and all the other monsters. This movie just has a lot of good lessons, like not doing what your family does just because you feel you have an obligation. Because sometimes just what your family does.
That, like, in my life.
Joe, this is the Kale Scale.
Okay. Not the Joe Scale.
Well, I mean, we're here.
This is my thoughts.
I was just a comment on this.
You can't interrupt him though.
Exactly.
Joe. That's just rude.
It's just a comment.
He just doesn't like the movie, so ignore everything he says.
I mean, not.
Yeah, Joe hated this.
You don't
I
have
did not
to.
hate it.
Yes,
I
you
just
did.
like
Okay,
it
you don't
and
have to.
loved it.
The lesson is you don't have to follow everything your family does, because maybe that's just not good for you in the long run. The biggest lesson.
Kale, or Colin, don't interrupt him.
And it also had good lessons for kids. Like if your parent does find someone else, whether it being a divorce or death of a spouse, that they can find someone else, and that you can be a family again, which is a good lesson that not a lot of kids' movies do. Normally it's just the typical, standard family, but this one changes up a bit. I especially like you don't have to follow your family's legacy. You're free to do your own thing.
I'm good.
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot the most important member of the cast, Balabi, voiced by the director, Genndy Tartakovsky. The animation is really good. Everything is so fluid and well designed. It's very distinct in its animation.
It's also weirdly exaggerated all the time.
It is. It's like a cartoon, pretty much, like a 2D cartoon, which, from the director makes sense. He's worked on things like Dexter's Laboratory, which is very fluid. All the monsters are uniquely designed. Every time you see one, it's something different. Everyone just feels different, and it's just unique designs. Now, you don't get much in the way of, actual comedy. There is some. More of it's, visual gags. Like, one of my favorites is that Atlantis is just Las Vegas. Like, they started off by saying Las Vegas, or they say Atlantis, which has culture and history more dignified than Greece, and then Atlantis is just Las Vegas. They go to the Bermuda Triangle, which does trap ships, but they're not spread out, they're just stacked on top of each other, up and up and up.
Where'd all the humans go?
They're dead. I think the climax of this movie is my favorite, because Van Helsing wants his daughter to get an ancient artifact that would help him destroy all monsters. So his plan is to have a dance party, invite all the monsters, and then kill them with this. And the thing he had his daughter get is a scroll that summons a Kraken, voiced by Joe Jonas. It's the best thing ever, because the Kraken is just destroying everybody and just wrecking the place. And the best way they can try to fight it is by good music. Andy Samberg gets out his DJ kit, because, you know, once a bar mitzvah DJ, always a bar mitzvah DJ. And he plays some good music to counteract the bad music. And the choices of music are really good. First they go with Good Vibrations, which is a good song, the Beach Boys. Then they go Don't Worry, Be Happy, also a good song. And then the final song to save the day that they use is the Macarena. I think they describe it as the most brain-numbing, happy song you can find. And speaking of the music, the soundtrack is really good.
I'm pretty sure Good Vibrations was in the Emoji Movie, so
No,
that's not good.
And overall, I would give this movie an 8 out of 10, just for the good lessons, the great animation, the good story, and just the soundtrack is also good. I suggest you go and listen to the evil music that they use to control the Kraken, because it is actually catchy and I like it. And just overall, it's a good movie. I wouldn't say I would want another Hotel Transylvania, though if they decided to make one, it'd probably be good. I'd say this is my favorite Hotel Transylvania movie.